Welcome to Vermontitude, a collaborative effort between Great Eastern Radio, the Brattleboro Reformer, and BCTV to bring you the stories behind the stories on the topics you want to learn more about. Because there's always more, so there'll always be Vermontitude. Hosted by me, Peter Fish Case. Welcome to Vermontitude. New episodes drop every Tuesday and can be found by going to vermontitude.com, reformer.com, brattleboro.tv, and locally on Comcast Channel 1078. We come to you from our studios at the Innovation Box on Flat Street. I'm Peter Fish Case, and each week I cover the topics that are a concern to Windham County and the towns that reside within its borders. Joining Vermontitude today, Hospice Executive Director Sally Parris and President of the Board, Amelia Farnum, and today we're talking hospice, secondhand clothing, and hunting, but not like you think. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. All right, just good smiling faces. We like it. Well, one smiling face that I can confirm. Susan, let's start with you. Let's talk a little bit about hospice and tell us the services, for those who might not be familiar with the services that hospice provides.
Mm-hmm. Well, the act of caring for someone when they're ill or grieving is ancient to humans, and so we continue that tradition. We are non-medical, and there are a lot of non-medical needs when you are very ill or dying. So we provide volunteers to sit with people at the bedside, to be a companion, to offer respite to caregivers. We also go beyond the medical hospice of only 6 months. So we help people 2 years or less, and also if they're still getting curative therapies like chemotherapy. And medical hospice doesn't provide that. We also provide grief support. We have individual support, volunteers, and support groups that are really necessary. There are groups that form with a variety of people who have losses, and then there are specialized groups specifically right now for partner spouse loss and also losing an adult child. So we've had them for a number of different losses over the years, and people really connect, and it's really peer support in these support groups. We have a garden at Living Memorial Park, and we welcome everybody to come there whenever they'd like. Once a year, we have a service there to remember people who've died. But it's a beautiful space. It's one of the few public gardens in town. And so people do come and sit, and they bring their children there. And it's really a lovely memorial space.
And that space, if it's the garden I'm thinking of, yeah. It's right sort of at the outskirts of the softball field,
correct? Right. You start going down, is it Guilford Street? Mm-hmm.
Guilford
and
Street
it's
extension,
on the right past the ball field.
Okay.
Yes, and has a beautiful trellis, and it has a stone wall that was built by Dan Snow and some of our volunteers, who is a local stonemason. So, yeah.
Okay, great. And I think it's a nonprofit organization.
Yes, we were founded in 1979, mostly volunteers, and then in the late 80s, we started having paid staff. So, yes.
Okay, all right. Now, just down literally a few doors down from where we're taping right now, is Experience Goods. And Experience Goods was in the Transportation Center for many years and then made the move across the street. It's important to know that it is hospice's kind of year-round funding source, correct?
It is. It goes year to year between 60 and 70% of our budget. So it's very important. Yes.
All right. So on that, then what kinds of, I know it's a great place to go get clothing. Mm-hmm. I shared the story about how my dad likes to go in there and buy me shirts and tell me what he paid for them very proudly. And it's for sure, mm-hmm. You can do that. I wish I had thought ahead. I would have worn one of those shirts today to prove the point that you can get some really good quality stuff there. But
I am wearing things from the store.
Very nice.
Yes, I often wear things from the store. I shop there. So it has, its main mission is to raise money for us, but of course it has many other benefits.
Sure.
It's a wonderful resource for low income And also, for people who have children, if your kids are growing, there's a, children's section, so you can get some great clothes for them inexpensively. We've helped people after there has been a fire or a flood. When they've lost things, people come in and we just give them housewares or things that they need to replace. We recycle everything, so we keep, thousands of tons out of the landfill because it comes in, and if we can't sell it, we set it aside. There's a person who comes and takes metal and recycles it. There's a person who comes and takes old textbooks and recycles those. So we have a lot of different streams where all the non-sellable products go, so that we are actually a service keeping things out of the landfill.
Look at you go! I had no idea. I had no idea that you guys were providing that service as well. I never even thought about that. I mean, I'm sure that you get things that you can't use all the time, unfortunately, and the fact that doesn't end up in the landfill, that you have a home for it where it can be repurposed or recycled is fantastic.
Yeah.
So, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, and of course, the types of things that folks can donate go from clothing, furniture. I think there are things though worth noting that you don't accept.
Yeah, we don't accept large appliances or mattresses, things with a lot of stuffing. So there's a list on our website. Okay. So you can go to, if you Google Experience Goods, their website will come right up. And there's a list of things that we don't accept there. Okay. Some people, for a while we accepted like vinyl records, and then it got to be too much, and then we kind of processed out of those. So, so there's a good list, and there are good reasons why we chose those things that we can't accept.
Yeah, because it just becomes sometimes you get the feeling that they're sort of just transferring their problem to you.
Yeah.
So we don't want that. Yeah. You don't want to overwhelm a nonprofit. All right, so Amelia Farnum is here to talk about hunting, but not like you think, as I alluded.
Not like what you're thinking.
No.
First of all, I have to say, listening to Susan talk about hospice, it makes me really proud to be of service to the organization.
Well, you should be.
It's pretty amazing.
They do a tremendous amount of work. I know that my dad for many years volunteered at Experience Goods, and that came as a part of hospice helping us through our difficult time when my mother passed. So, he thinks the world of the organization. Yeah. So, you should be proud to be president of that organization.
Yeah. And all our services are free, so that's also really huge. Yeah. So I'm here to talk about hunting. Talking about a scavenger hunt.
All right.
And this is our second scavenger hunt. It's called the Hospice Amazing Hunt.
All right.
And we are recruiting teams of 4, or maybe 5, depends on. And we each team is responsible for raising $200 to enter their team. And we meet at the River Garden on 12:30 on September 9th. It's a Saturday. And this year, we're proud to say we have an app that's going to be, we've moved into the 21st. Last year, we had paper and they had to collect stuff. And it was kind of a nightmare when they came back. And we had to so anyway, we have an app this year. So people will be searching for GPS points. They'll be searching for hidden QR codes. They'll be answering questions about Brattleboro.
Look at you.
I know, we are... Yeah. So last year we had, I think, 4 or 5 teams, and they all had a ball, and they all said they're coming back. So we're hoping to get more teams this year.
All right. So what's the point? What am I looking for? Give me an example.
Let's see. Last year, let me give you one of the. So here's one from last year. Firefighters we all love. They're brave, strong, and rise above. Take their photo. Don't be nervous. Then thank them kindly for their service.
All right.
So there's one. You had to take a photo, find a fireman. Sometimes it'll be, it might be a historical fact. Sometimes it might be find a yellow VW bug and take your picture with your team or something like that.
All right. So it's picture based. So here
it's pictures, it's GPS points, it's QR codes that we might hide places where we give you hints. I also have to make a plug here for the Sunrise Rotary in Brattleboro.
I heard of those guys.
Yeah. I did their history tour. They do a walking history tour at Brattleboro, and it was an hour and a half. And here's a little, if you want to get ahead in the scavenger hunt, I've taken a few of their facts, and we're going to put them in our scavenger hunt.
Okay. All right. Now I like that, a little collaborative effort. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So it's a fun way to spend an afternoon. It's like, maybe 2-3 hours. We were going to begin and end at the River Garden. There'll be snacks and stuff at the end. And it's a great way to get to know our town and also to support hospice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on a team last year, and I thought, well, this will be fun, but it was genuinely really fun. I mean, we were walking around town and we would see other teams, you know what I mean? And everybody just looked so happy. A couple teams had some kids and they were like jumping up and down. Like
it's great for kids. Love it.
It's great for kids. And it was just really fun. And we couldn't figure out some of the clues. So it's not like everything is easy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that makes you, and then different people on your team know different things about the town.
Yes.
So that, each one of you is a good resource.
Yeah.
I loved it. So,
and this year we're encouraging teams to, maybe they want to dress up. I don't know. Attitude is welcome. Trash talking.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Why not? All right. So that's great. So if they want to get registered, if they want to sign up, if they want to find out more, where do they go?
They can go to our website, www.brattleborohospice.org.
Wow, look at you two. Like that was rehearsed. That was completely rehearsed.
And there's on the home screen, if you scroll, there's a big thing for the Hospice Hunt, and you can register there.
All right. What's it called again?
The Hospice Amazing Hunt.
All right. And it's on September 9th.
September 9th. It's a Saturday.
Yep.
And we're going to start 12:30 at the River Garden.
Okay. All right. Listen, I thank both of you for coming on. I think hospice is one of those organizations that just kind of operates and doesn't get enough nods from the community. So when Amelia posed us having a conversation, I wanted to kind of button this all up and kind of just say this is what operates in your community. So support it where you can, and you can probably, if you wanted to make a donation, go to that same website that you just mentioned. But by all means, register a team. and go out and hunt.
Yeah. See you Saturday the 9th.
Yeah. Thank you both for jumping on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.